Imagine staring at this breathtaking painting, just swirling with vivid gold and orange. You'd probably think it's a masterpiece of abstract art, but well, it's actually reality.
Yeah, it's a stunning photo of the sun's surface.
Exactly. Welcome to today's daily audio briefing of the Curated News by Sandeep Ohri. We're looking at a Wall Street Journal piece highlighting this image from Hawaii's Daniel K. Inouye Solar Telescope.
It is just incredible to see. It reminds you how beautiful the universe is when you can actually see the microscopic details of solar plasma boiling and shifting like that.
It really does. And well, shifting from staring at the sun to staring at our screens, the Wall Street Journal also reported on this app called Whatnot.
Oh, right, where users are dropping millions of dollars.
Yeah, on collectibles, toys, and get this instant ramen. It's basically a digital casino for snacks.
That's a perfect way to describe it. It's heavily driven by live streaming and those quick impulse buys.
Which is why Sandeep actually included a direct warning for you here. He says to be really careful because with that kind of gamified shopping, you could easily go broke.
Absolutely. And speaking of apps and money, there's a pretty serious conversation happening around accountability right now.
Ah, the Meta situation?
Yeah. The Deccan Herald reports that Meta is facing some heavy government grilling in India over its algorithms and non-compliance issues.
It's kind of wild how completely people trust these platforms. But Sandeep added some really crucial context to this. He noted that a New Mexico court recently fined Meta over $567 million.
Wow, that is massive.
Yeah, and that was specifically for harming children's well-being.
Right, so we're definitely seeing a global shift in how these tech giants are scrutinized. And actually, looking at the e-commerce sector, the Wall Street Journal notes that Etsy is laying off 220 product and engineering employees.
That's like 12% of their staff, right?
That's exactly 12%.
Whenever I hear a tech company dropping 12% of its engineers, I immediately think it's just aggressive cost cutting or, I don't know, replacing people with AI. Is that what's happening?
It's a totally fair assumption. But no, it's not about AI or automation this time. Etsy is clarifying that this is to adapt to shifting shopping habits.
Oh, because the pandemic buying frenzy is over.
Right. Consumers just aren't spending the same way, so the company is pivoting to meet tighter market demands.
Well, that shift in consumer finances actually brings us to the business standard. They're reporting that the Taxation Amendment Bill 2026 might introduce a fee for UPI transactions.
Yeah, India's Unified Payments Interface, which sounds scary, but thankfully it only impacts about 4% of transfers.
Okay, that is a huge relief. So small value stuff is safe.
Yep, your everyday small transactions like groceries or cabs are completely untouched.
Good. Now, looking at local community control, the Times of India reports that cooperative housing societies in Maharashtra now have the power to ban liquor shops on their premises.
Which is a pretty significant local mandate. And speaking of local action, the Times of India also highlighted that Mumbai's BMC, the municipal corporation, gave a strict one-month deadline to remove all footpath encroachments.
Which sounds great on paper, but Sandeep observed that execution is everything here. He noted that while civic bodies removed some of those ankle-twisting ramps in Bengaluru's Cooktown, many of them, unfortunately, still remain.
Yeah, it's always an ongoing battle.
Yeah.
And on the topic of Bengaluru's administrative hurdles, the Deccan Herald is reporting that every second voter there risks being deleted from the electoral rolls.
Without verification, right.
Exactly, if they don't complete the ongoing verification process.
Sandeep shared his own frustration with this, actually. He completely abandoned trying to shift his voter ID from Mumbai to Bengaluru.
Was that because of the Aadhaar issue?
Yeah, a name mismatch on his Aadhaar. He basically said you can judge him, but he refuses to stand in physical lines to fix a digital age problem.
I completely understand that. It just highlights how digital infrastructure clashes with reality sometimes. But let's look at an entirely different kind of local infrastructure.
The humankind.
Exactly. The Times of India shared this really uplifting story from a village in Gujarat. Out of just 100 households, they've produced 17 FIDE-rated chess players in 4 years.
Wait, 17? From 100 households? How does a village that small even do that?
It literally all comes down to one dedicated math teacher who started training them.
Oh, wow. That is a brilliant example of how human investment pays off.
It really is.
Which brings up a great question for you, the listener. Do you still make small talk? Because the Wall Street Journal reports that people are speaking about 338 fewer words a day now.
That's kind of sad, honestly. We're losing something vital there.
We are. That simple chit-chat satisfies such a deep human urge for community.
Right, it's literally the glue of our social fabric.
And wrapping it up for another Friday morning is this. The Wall Street Journal reports that avocado trees change sex depending on the time of day.
Sandeep noted his absolute surprise at this. He said he didn't even know trees had an identifiable sex.
I mean, I didn't either.
Right. But the mechanics are wild. The flowers open as female in the morning, they close, and then reopen as male the next afternoon to prevent self-pollination.
That is fascinating.
It is. And Sandeep has some great closing advice for you based on this. He says, don't let algorithms passively serve you. Reduce clutter, stay focused, and remain actively curious about the world.
Have a fab day, folks. We'll see you tomorrow morning.